Have you decided to homeschool, but you're just not really sure how to get started? Or maybe you're considering it, but you're just not sure if it's the right path for you? I'm going to give you 5 steps to get you started on your homeschool journey and help you decide if it's the right path for you and your family to take. Stick around. Today, I'm bringing you 5 steps to getting started in homeschooling. Homeschooling can be extremely overwhelming, and getting started may feel like you're drinking from a fire hydrant. And I understand 10 years ago, I was in your shoes, and I get it. But I've got 5 steps to help you on your way, and let's get started. Number 1, decide how to file. Here, I live in California. You have the option of going independent or going with a charter school. If you're not sure what the difference is between the two, check below. I'm going to link a video that tells you what the difference is between. But you have to decide how you want to file. Each state has different regulations. If you're not sure what the rules and regulations are where you live, check out the HSLDA. They have it listed by state to let you know exactly what you need to do so that you can file to be a homeschooler. It lets you know any regulations in that area, any reporting that you need to do, any tracking that you need to keep up with, and any forms that need to be filed. On another note, the HSLDA is the Homeschool Legal Defense Association. I personally do not use them, and they are not affiliated with me because I do use a charter here in California. However, if I was ever to go independent or to move out of California, they are the first people that I would sign up for and make sure that they were on my side. They're a legal association that makes sure that you're protected from unfair treatment as a homeschooler as long as you're following the rules and the regulations of your area. They also have resources for you to be able to track schooling, tracking grades, tracking attendance, and anything else you may need to do in that reporting system, they can help you with. That's one place where I would start if I was not within a charter school. Tip number 2. You need to think about what you want your day to look like while you're at home. Do you want your kids to sit at a desk and sit at a table and do book work from X time to X time? Or maybe you want to set up a schedule where you're together during this time and then they go off and work independently from this time. Or maybe on Mondays you do this subject, and Tuesdays you do this subject, and Wednesday you do this subject. Maybe you throw everything out the window and you just go and explore nature and discover what you can discover. Whatever way you choose is fine. There's just as many ways to homeschool as there are kids. So just think about what would work well in your family and with your family dynamic and with your schedules. What would work well with your children's personality? And most important, what gets you excited? Because if you are not excited, your kids will not be excited. So think about, what would you like your day to look like? Nobody can really answer that question for you. That's definitely one of self-reflection. I can tell you from personal experience, we don't do well with a rigorous schedule here. I look at people who have an everyday, we do this, we do that, we do this, and I am so impressed with them. And I aspire to be like that, but my personality does not fit that. We are constantly moving around, we're constantly traveling, we're constantly going new places, and trying to say from this time to this time, every day is where we do X, Y, Z, doesn't work for our family. Tip number 3 is also going to be some self-reflection on your part. You need to ask yourself, what are you striving for? Maybe you're going to only homeschool for a year. Maybe you're going to homeschool until it doesn't work anymore. Or maybe you are set on homeschooling all the way through high school. Whatever you choose, that's okay, because it's whatever works for you and your family. But whatever you're choosing, you should have an end goal in sight, something that you're working for and striving for on that day-to-day. Let me give you an example. In our family, we focus on 3 things. We focus on being Christ-centered, we focus on being service-minded, and having a worldview. So we make sure to always have a point to pull Christ into our studies and make sure that we're doing our scripture study. We do a service project regularly. We strive for at least once a week to do a service project. Some are continuing, ongoing, bigger service projects, and some are ones that we go, we do, and we're done, and we call that completed. Number 3 is we work on helping our children to have a worldview. We study different cultures, we study different areas and regions of the world, and one of the reasons why we've changed our lifestyle the way we have is so that we can travel and see more of the world. If you're not familiar with our family and our lifestyle, check out the video below. You can hear all about our story and how we sold everything so that we could travel. Tip number 4 is really directed towards those that are pulling their kids out of public school. If you're pulling your kids from a public school environment and you're going to a homeschool environment, just be prepared for a public school detox. It's going to take some time for your kids and your family to adjust to this new life. You're together all the time. You're taking a new role on as being a parent and an educator. And sometimes that can really be stressful for not only you, but your kids as well. So my suggestion is be prepared for this and don't push too hard. Don't expect to wake up one day and be like, today we're starting school. And here's all 6 of your subjects that we're going to start with. Boom, 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 boom. It can be really overwhelming. When we start off the school year, we start off with 1 or 2 subjects, and then a week or 2 later, we introduce another subject, a week or 2 later, another subject, and so on and so forth. This helps them to ease their way into the school year without having to feel super overwhelmed all at one time, going from summer vacation to boom, the first day of school. It also can help if you just kind of step back and allow them to explore some of their own interests. Maybe your child's really into engineering, or maybe they're really into horses, rockets, painting and art, chemistry, whatever it is. Maybe instead of planning into diving into a full schedule of classes, think about giving them a little chance to explore what it is that they love and see how exciting learning can be. See how fun it can be just to learn at home and to take that opportunity. It helps to give them a chance to ease into it as a student and you a chance to ease into it as their teacher. And hopefully at one point it kind of seamlessly blends together and the road continues on. Tip number 5, do what excites you, especially when you're getting started. You can see so many different curriculums and box sets and different activities that excite you, and you want to just do them all at once. Well, that's not going to happen, and you're going to burn yourself out and your kids out along the way. But pick something that you're both really excited for. Something, like I said, if your kids are really into horses or art or science, pick something that excites not only them, but excites you to teach. If you're excited to teach something, you're more inclined to be successful with it. So on the days when they need that extra cheerleader to come out of us and we just are not feeling it, we can kind of dig a little deeper and go, you know, this is something I'm really looking forward to learning with you. I'm going to stick it out a little bit longer, even though it's not really been the best experience, and maybe work your way through it. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to trudge through all things and it's going to work out great. No. You're going to run into curriculum, you're going to run into activities, you're going to run into things that just don't work. And that's okay, because you just move on to something else, you reassess, come up with a different solution, and move on. But pick things that excite you. When I'm between 2 curriculums and I'm thinking, oh, which one should I go with? Which one am I excited about? Because if I'm excited about, there's a good chance they're going to be excited about it too. And I'm going to be a better salesman for them, trying to encourage them to do it if I'm excited about it. So let's review. Number 1, decide how you're going to homeschool, independent, charter, and make sure you get that paperwork filed. Number 2, you're going to do a little self-reflection and decide what you want your day to look like. Number 3, you're going to ask yourself, what am I working for? Why am I doing this? What is my end goal? Number 4, be prepared for that public school detox, or that beginning of the school year entrance. Don't just dive into the deep end, but kind of wade your way in together. And number 5, pick things that excite you and your child. This is the way to get started. It's the best way I've found. It's worked for 10 years, and hopefully you can find some success in it as well. If you found these tips helpful and you want to hear more about homeschool moms' journeys and maybe the in-depths, click that subscribe button below and ring the bell so you can be notified of new videos when they come out. Like I said, I travel around collecting stories of homeschool moms from all over and their journey that got them to homeschooling, the things that worked for them, the things that didn't work, and what they plan to do in the future. Hopefully you can find some words of wisdom and glean some inspiration off of them along the way. I hope to see you soon.